Hello, Aquarius. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love and life reading for the first half of November from the 1st through the 15th. General reading as always. It will not resonate with every single person tuning in, so please do take from the reading whatever makes sense for you and release the rest. If you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box. And as always, guys, I will include a link to all of the decks and creators that you see here today, Aquarius. So I don't have a particular question in mind for this reading. I'm just going to allow the cards to communicate whatever messages need to come through here today. And so let's get started. These are the 3 decks we'll be using for the focus messages, Aquarius. All 3 are my self-created ones. This is the Sugar and Spice Oracle. Contains naughty messages, nice messages, and some challenging messages too. So we'll take a look and see what presents itself here for you from this deck. And then we'll grab one from the Heart and Soul Love Oracle. And finally, the Heart Songs deck, we'll choose a song from there. All right, so let's get started and see where this goes for you. All right, starting with the Sugar and Spice Oracle, Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius, first half of November. Love and life. And of course, for cross watchers and anyone else who's been guided to tune in, you're welcome to see what these messages bring forward. All right, let's grab this one here. Ooh, sticky buns. Okay. You're so bad for me, but I can't help but keep coming back for more of your sweet lovin'. You're the ultimate temptation that I can't resist. You're my weakness, my downfall. Okay? This is how they see you, Aquarius. That they can't resist you, basically. You are their ultimate temptation. And somebody could also really like sticky buns here. All right, so we'll see what the rest of the readings brings forward. The reading, not readings. But yeah, we're starting off with that message, so we'll see how it goes. It's just interesting, the very first line, you're so bad for me, that they feel that you're not good for them for some reason. So we'll have to see why it's coming through like that. So let's grab your second focus message from the Heart and Soul deck here. I'm guided to this card. Divine Feminine coming through. Okay, girl power. I am powerful, but I can be fragile. I am strong, but I can be weak. I am beautiful, but I can feel ugly. I am laughter, but I can be serious. I am joy, but I can be sad. I am love, but I can be hurt. Take me for everything that I am. Don't try to change me. I am who I am. Okay, so you might have been dealing with a divine masculine, my feminines, who was trying to change you, who perhaps made you feel weak, and it's interesting how the sticky buns card does say you're my weakness, so it's almost like you're their weakness, but at the same time, they didn't want you to feel empowered or to feel strong in the relationship or their presence here. So we'll see what's going on there. Okay. But that is what's presenting itself from this deck. Divine Feminine energy coming through already. So let's go ahead and choose a song for this reading, Aquarius. Let's see what's going to come forward here from the Heart Songs deck. So I'm guided to this card here in the corner. We have Obsessed. This is a song, it's actually one of my favorite songs by Dan and Shay. So the card reads, candles burning, ruby red, sheets are falling off the bed. Run your fingers through my hair, I know what you're thinking. Take me there. You hypnotize me with your touch, and I can never get enough of you. It's true. So you're their downfall. They're obsessed with you. Divine Feminine. So we might have a masculine here, Aquarius, who is obsessed with the feminine. Okay? So we're going to have to add to this, of course, to see why that's presenting itself in that way. So my feminines, maybe you already know this, that you've got a masculine who's obsessed with you, that you are their downfall, So let's add to this and see where else this is going to go. So we're going to start things off with the Twin Flame Untold Truths deck by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. And as always, guys, you don't have to identify with a twin flame connection if you don't. That's just the name of the deck. All right, Aquarius, so let's see what else needs to come through here. They can't help but keep coming back for more of your sweet lemon. You're their ultimate temptation. You are their weakness, their downfall. And they can never get enough of you. They're obsessed with you, my feminines. So very specific message for the divine feminine here, dealing with a masculine who's obsessed. All right, for Aquarius, first half of November. Angels and spirit guides, please. Look at this, we've got quickie. Okay, so maybe you're able to identify with this, that the intimate encounters that you had with this person, you know, it could just be that that's what they were interested in, that they're so attracted to you sexually that, you know, they would be satisfied with a quickie rather than really taking their time to get to know you and taking their time to really develop the relationship. And so my feminines, perhaps you took your power back, just knowing that perhaps you deserve a little bit more than that. We also have judgmental. Okay, so you could be dealing with a masculine who was being very judgmental of you. We have codependency issues as well, which I am not surprised to see, because codependency can be obsessive in nature. You know, somebody who's addicted. Sticky buns, you're so bad for me, but I can't help but keep coming back for more. Addictions, obsessiveness, toxic behaviors from this masculine possibly. I don't want to lose you. Okay. So yeah, okay, they don't want to lose you, my feminines, but what I'm feeling here is that you might have had a masculine who was just holding on so tightly to you that you had no room to be yourself. And so here you are saying, you know what? I want to be able to be everything that I represent to myself and in the relationship, but you know, maybe they weren't allowing you to do that. But they're definitely focused on those intimate moments that you guys have shared, you know, obsessed. Sheets are falling off the bed. Maybe they're constantly thinking about you. They're hypnotized by you. And then we've got not on the same page, okay? I mean, it might have been flattering for like a brief second to have a masculine who's obsessed with you, but not if it's coming from a place of toxicity or codependency. You know, that's not good. And obsessive in a way that's unhealthy. So perhaps my feminines, if you're able to relate to this, you're not on the same page as this masculine because you just want to be able to enjoy the relationship without this obsessive type behavior, without perhaps feeling like you're someone's possession instead of somebody who complements you in a relationship. And then we've got worth it, okay, followed by keep an open mind. And then the last card, love yourself first, which is exactly what I'm feeling for the divine feminine so far, that you do have to put yourself first on your priority list and possibly keeping an open mind as to what else is out there for you. You know, relationships that are not codependent, relationships that are more than just the physical connection that comes towards you with everything that you're looking for, not just sex, not just those moments when you're with this person intimately, you know, you're looking for more, I feel. And by possibly working on yourself, and absolutely yes, you are worth it. You are worth the energy that you're putting in towards your own healing, towards empowering yourself. And you know, it's so interesting how from the Sticky Buns message, it says, you're so bad for me. But the thing is, my feminines, it could be that your masculine was actually bad for you. And they couldn't see it because they're so obsessed with you. So these codependency issues could have stemmed back as far as perhaps their childhood or even previous lifetimes, other relationships that they were in where this was the overall theme of codependency. And so here they are holding on to you for dear life, perhaps, or whatever is left of the relationship, and they're coming through letting you know, I don't want to lose you. But clearly, Divine Feminine, it appears that you are not on the same page as this masculine. So this could be past energies for some of you, where you might have dealt with a toxic situation. Could have been a karmic partnership for some of you guys. And so you're ready to focus on you, love yourself, move on, and just keeping an open mind for what the future has in store for you, perhaps through new love that can come in as well. Okay, so let's grab some messages from the Arrows of Love deck. This is a deck by Mystic Moon. All right, Aquarius, so let's add to this and let's see what else needs to come through. Let's see what else. For Aquarius, first half of November. Transformative love. Okay, so for me, this is actually a beautiful energy in that there are changes that need to be made. There's a transition and transformation that needs to happen. You know, if they want you back, if they want to be with you, Aquarius, then they can't be in this energy of codependency, of just wanting sex and nothing more. You know, it can't just be a casual hookup that they're looking for. They can't be saturating themselves in this energy of an unhealthy obsession with you, because that's not coming from a good place. And in order for you guys to get past this, then they kind of have to work on themselves as well. What else, please? Dreaming of you. Okay, so they're thinking of you, they're dreaming of you, they're obsessed with you. We have love and lace, innocence. What I feel from this, and which is much needed, I feel, is to take it back to a time when things were just plain and simple and innocent, possibly starting from scratch, starting over, when you guys just connected as two people who are attracted to each other, possibly started off as friends and it turned into more. You know, obviously for some of you that is the case, but I feel you have to reset things a little bit in order to create some healthier changes here in this partnership. Love language, deep conversation. This would actually be helpful if you guys can sit down and really have a deep discussion about your expectations, what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you're wanting, and to put your foot down, especially if it's not going in the direction that you're wanting. And also if you know for a fact that your person, it appears to me the masculine is coming through with this very toxic energy towards the feminine, and it's not good. They have to be able to get rid of this codependency that they're directing towards the feminine. So we have a blessing in disguise here. So maybe you guys were meant to go in a very different direction at this time for this masculine to kind of hit the reset button. I just keep getting that. Like, they could fix this, but they need to kind of take a step back and reassess the situation and how they're conducting themselves with the feminine here. And it's no accident, because look, it's another card, feminine energy, divine feminine and feminine coming through here. So very specific message for my feminines, that you're dealing with a masculine that is obsessive and just not in a good place energetically, and they're going to have to figure that out on their own. This is not something that you can help your masculine with. And I really feel for my divine feminines, you're focusing on you at this point in time. Your masculine has to direct some of this energy towards themselves too. Because, you know, they've just got tunnel vision is what I'm picking up here. They're so focused on you and nothing else that it's truly a very unhealthy, toxic, obsessive type energy that I'm picking up here. We have invitation of love. Okay, and it's interesting how it's right next to the feminine card and falling right below keep an open mind. So what I'm getting here for some of my feminines is, while this person, this masculine, is saturating themselves in this toxic type vibe, there might be somebody else that you enter into a love connection with. You might even receive an invitation to go out from a new person on the horizon. Okay, love is on the horizon for you, my feminines. Whether that's from this masculine who needs to figure themselves out and come towards you as a better version of themselves, or a new love that comes in. And look at the bottom of the deck. Plenty of fish in the sea. And it's true. You know, if things ultimately don't work out with this person, there are other fish in the sea for you that can come in to offer you what it is that you're looking for. So very specific reading so far, focused on the divine feminine. And I mean, that is the majority of my audience here, divine feminine. So, you know, you could certainly relate to this, that you're dealing with a masculine who is in this energy of codependency and obsessed with you, but not in a good, healthy way. Okay, so let's grab some tarot to clarify some of this stuff. This is my tarot teacher deck. For those who are wanting to learn how to read tarot for yourselves, this is a great beginner's deck. It's got upright and reversed meanings for each card, so there's no guessing what the card means. It's right there in front of you, and it makes it super easy to learn. So if that's something you're interested in purchasing, that deck shop link is down below, along with all of the other creators that you see here, Aquarius. So let's do a little bit more digging here for you. Angels and spirit guides for Aquarius. In the reverse, what do we have? The Fool. All right, the Fool falling in the reverse is someone who's holding back. They could be very reckless. This is somebody who's careless as well, someone who is naive, or, you know, it could also be somebody who's being taken advantage of. Okay, and perhaps that's you, my feminines, that you feel this masculine is taking advantage of you and causing you to perhaps feel less empowered, and therefore you're focusing on yourself and working on that, okay? We might also have this masculine who's holding back from reaching out for now, but just because you haven't heard from them, that does not mean that they're not thinking about you 24/7, because I feel that they are. This is interesting. Okay, we've got the Seven of Cups. So this wraps up the energy that there are choices and opportunities here for you, especially for the divine feminine. And so with multiple possibilities that are presenting itself, again, plenty of fish in the sea. There could be other masculines that are trying to grab your attention at this point in time also. But we could also have a masculine who is in this energy of illusion, of fantasizing about the feminine, daydreaming, obsessing about the feminine. The masculine could have other options in love and romance, but really not interested in anyone else but the feminine here. We've got the Six of Pentacles, okay? So for some of you guys, your person could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or an earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. The Six of Pentacles is very important here because it's all about equal give and take, which is what's needed in order to get you guys going when it comes to this obsessive masculine, I feel. There has to be equal energy exchange. Giving and receiving has to be equal, so that it keeps you guys on an even keel. It's balanced. But what's presenting itself here is that we might have a masculine who's kind of tilting the scales because of their obsession with the feminine. And so you guys are on a very different page. You're traveling down very different roads, having very different visions of what it is that you're wanting here. So in order for this to work, you guys have to be on the same page and putting in equal effort towards the relationship. But my feminines, if this masculine doesn't get their act together, you know, clearly what's presenting itself here is that you will have other options in love and romance that could lead you towards the energy of this Ten of Pentacles, which is amazing. First of all, it's tapping into your money matters, Aquarius. So that looks really good. Financial security is what's represented through the Ten of Pentacles. But when it comes to love and romance, it's also a very positive card in that you could represent someone who is your perfect match. And someone who is your perfect match is not going to be coming through with this codependent, toxic energy. It's somebody that you can enjoy a healthy, loving relationship with. And I really feel this for my feminines here. The Ten of Pentacles, my feminines, is somebody that marries into money also. So a future love connection for some of you could be that you marry somebody who is wealthy, who is financially stable. And we've got the King of Wands coming in, followed by the King of Swords. Okay, so masculine energy from both of these cards, my feminines. So again, options. You've got this King of Wands who's very energetic and optimistic, a natural leader. King of Wands tends to be a little bit hot-headed, hot-tempered, but they're in a space of honesty and passionate vibes. You know, this is someone who's very action-oriented, very friendly. They might also have a really great sense of humor. They have a way with their words. And then you've got the King of Swords here, somebody who is a masculine that represents structure and routine, somebody who's very rational minded. They're very intelligent. This is a man of authority here. Could be a father figure, so this masculine could already have children from previous relationships. But my feminines, you have some options in love and romance if the person you're focused on for this reading is not able to come towards you having done the work on themselves. And then we've got the Six of Wands coming through here. So what's coming through in this reading is that no matter how the chips fall here, you're going to be very successful and victorious in your life. In your love life, yes. Your career, your money matters. The Six of Wands is recognition. It's progress in your life. Somebody who wins in life. You know, you're in the spotlight, not just in regard to your love life, but your personal life and your work life combined. It represents awards and praise, you know, so very successful energy for those of you tuning into this, Aquarius. And yes, I feel it mostly for my feminine, but there are masculines out there tuning in. This could be your energy too. So there's a potential that you certainly will be very happy moving forward. And in order to, again, work things out with this person who's coming through with codependent energy, then they need to really get rid of that and focus on themselves and love themselves enough to put in the work to come towards you as a better person. You know, I mean, it's fine to be obsessed with somebody, but not if it's coming from a place of toxicity. Okay, so let's add to this with some messages from the Pining Rose Love Oracle. This is a deck by my friend Amy of Calico Moon. So let's add to this, Aquarius. Let's see where else this is going to go for you. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the first half of November. What else do we need to know for Aquarius? Third party, okay? So for some of you guys, you were dealing with a third party situation and somebody who was entertaining other options in love and romance. It could have just all been about sex for this person also. So if you relate to that, it's coming through here. We have an apology. They're coming through saying, I'm sorry. We've got a ring right here, which could be a wedding band. It could be a promise ring, an engagement ring, a friendship ring, you know, however way that makes sense for you. So this masculine could be coming towards you, my feminines, with an apology, especially if they got themselves entangled into codependent situations with a third party. So if the codependency is not being directed towards you, Aquarius, then the codependency was directed towards a third party. Trust was broken, trust issues, that needs to be worked through. But ultimately, they want commitment. They want to be able to commit to you, you know, but you guys are clearly on a very different page. You don't have the same vision of what it is that you're wanting for the future when it comes to this partnership. And I do feel, Aquarius, you do want to be able to commit in a relationship, but not with somebody who is coming towards you with an unhealthy energy. And we have the soulmate card coming through here. So this could be commitment from a soulmate in the future, could be a new love, could be that your person gets their act together and is finally able to commit to you. You could see this person as a soulmate that really needs to get their act together. There is this yearning energy, okay? Thinking about you, wanting you, yearning for you, pining for you, obsessing over you is what's coming through here. But for now, there is a stalemate because there's no movement. But again, this stalemate energy might be a blessing in disguise, Aquarius, if your person hasn't done the work on themselves. So look at that as a blessing that they're not coming towards you right now because they need to figure things out for themselves. But, you know, it is coming through that there's still hope for some of you guys to work this out. And they do have regrets over their actions. And there is this need to wait. So you got to have patience for this to play out, Aquarius. It is not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen right away. So you have to have patience to see this through. If the person you're focused on for this reading is the one you want to be with, there's hope, yes, but there's work that needs to be done. And therefore, you guys are at a stalemate for now. So have some patience to see where this goes. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some messages reflecting on the Divine Masculine. This is my X Oracle deck. Let's go ahead and grab some messages here on behalf of the Divine Masculine. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius, first half of November. Let's see what this masculine wants to say to you, feminines. What does the masculine want to say to the divine feminine? See, we have somebody who's given up, okay? So for some of you, part of the reason why you haven't heard from this masculine is because they've given up. Maybe they realize, you know, you're not on the same page as them. You're working on yourself. Or for those of you who may have already gone in a different direction and are already seeing somebody else perhaps at this point, they see this and they're not putting in any sort of effort, which is why we do have a stalemate coming through for some of you. Now, the other interpretation of that too could be that they gave up the third party, okay? Or that they've given up on this obsessive codependent behavior towards you, which then could be a more positive energy from this card. Look at the next message. You're right. Karma bites. Okay? So karma bit this masculine in the ass. They got it. And maybe this needed to happen for them to finally create movement and transformation in their own life to direct this energy into the relationship. Next message. I'm sorry I hurt you. I regret it more than you will ever know. You see, this is coming from the masculine right here. They regret it. We know this already because we've got the I'm sorry card coming through. And remember, you guys also ended up getting the regrets card, which is pretty much summing up what this card says. Next message. Maybe we move too fast. Let's take things slow this time. And, you know, there is this energy of waiting, not doing anything hasty. Lastly, I don't want to be with anyone else. Will you give me another chance to love you? So my feminines, it's totally up to you if you allow this masculine back in to open up a brand new door and give this another chance. It's totally up to the feminines here. That's what's presenting itself. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some messages now, focusing on the divine feminine. So we'll grab some messages from my Woman's Intuition Oracle here. Aquarius, focusing on the Divine Feminine. So feminines, what is it that you would like to say to your masculine? And these are collective messages on behalf of the feminine, so you don't have to resonate with everyone. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius, focusing on the Divine Feminine. Feminines, what is it that you want to say to your masculine? You just want your masculine to love you for a lifetime, and maybe they weren't capable of doing that before. Especially if there were third-party situations that they got themselves involved in. I love a man who uses his strongest muscle, his heart. You know, but I'm just really feeling here that with this energy of quickie, codependency, where it could have just all been about sex initially. They weren't using their heart. They were using their body, not their heart. The emotional factor was missing, perhaps. But this masculine, they're regretful, they're sorry. They want to start over. They're clearly communicating, you know, will you give me another chance to love you? I don't want to be with anyone else. And for some of my feminines, this perhaps is how you're feeling. You were the best mistake I ever made. You know, there's a connection here clearly, but you're also looking at this as if it were a mistake. You shouldn't have gotten into this relationship with this person. So this message here really sums it up. Karma will bite your ass so hard, there won't be any of your ass left to bite. You see? So that's coming through. And this masculine's response, you're right, karma bites. So there's a reason why these messages are coming through like this. Wow. Next message. Oh, I knew. I just didn't tell you. Okay? So for some of you, what I'm getting from this, my feminines, is that you knew that your masculine was either in a third-party situation or that they were dealing with codependency issues. And maybe you knew that they were bad at commitment and that they needed to really work on that. That's what's coming through from that. Okay, so let's add some additional guidance here. But that's what's presenting itself from the feminine. Karma. And the masculines definitely feel the wrath of the karma that they received. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some messages here. This is the Divine Love Affirmations deck by my soul sister Angelic Revelation 144. So I wanted to grab some messages for the masculine, for the feminine. If you guys could communicate from your higher selves, what is it that you would want to express to each other? So angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, first half of November, in love and life. From your higher selves, what is it that you guys would want to say to one another? I am receptive to my divine partner's communication, intently engaged as an intuitive listener. So maybe communication just was not flowing properly before, or maybe this person was just really bad at listening and they couldn't communicate themselves well. So as long as you guys are able to really relate to each other and communicate openly and honestly, then there's a chance that you guys will be able to experience this, you know, the deep conversations that need to happen between the two of you in order to fix this situation. The next message, I call on the divine to take control of this sacred union in every way. I trust that everything will happen according to divine will. You know, first of all, everybody's got their own free will. You know, you have your prerogative on what it is that you want to do in your life, Aquarius, and so does the person that you're focused on for this reading. But this is an energy of two people perhaps that are just kind of turning it over to a higher power, turning it over to the universe to remove whatever blockages are in the way that are preventing you guys from moving forward, to get rid of that stalemate energy. The next message. It's time to be thoughtful and show your love by doing the little things that make a big difference to your divine partner. And it's true, you know, it comes down to the little gestures, the little things to prove to someone that you love them, that you care for them. Not so much that they're obsessed with you or that they're codependent on you, which is what I feel was the issue here. And lastly, I invite harmony into my life, into my connection, and allow a harmonious sacred union with my divine partner. And for things to be harmonious between the two of you, Aquarius, first of all, you got to be on the same page as your person. You both have to have the same vision, the same goal of what it is that you're wanting in this partnership. Otherwise, you guys are just clashing and on very different pages. But it certainly is possible here based off of what's presenting itself. Okay, so let's close this out, guys, with some final guidance from the Twin Flame Current Vibes deck. This is by Sister Moon Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius to wrap things up for this reading in love and life for the first half of November. Angels and spirit guides, please. Got quite a few. Okay. We've got fate. We've got hooked. We've got romantic. Okay. So let's start with the romantic one. After all this time, I still have a crush on you. Sometimes you make me feel like a teenager all over again. Okay. I mean, maybe they were very romantic with you before, Aquarius. You know, it's just that they have to be able to maintain that. And I feel you need a little bit more of this rather than, you know, it's nice to be intimate with the one that you're interested in, the one that you love, but if they're unable to express themselves in any other format aside from just the physical connection, perhaps this is what was lacking, I feel, for some of you. But they're clearly communicating to you, especially to the feminine. They still have a crush on you. They still desire you. We already know that because they're coming through it with this obsessive behavior. That you are their downfall, you're their weakness, but they have to really kind of tame that down a bit and see things from a less obsessive, toxic vibe, you know, and bring it more towards you from a more healthier standpoint. And then we have hooked. Hooked, line and sinker. I pretend to not care, but I am obsessed with you. Can't make it up. There you go. Obsessed. That's where they're at currently. And again, you know, that could be flattering for a good minute until it turns into something toxic. And maybe you already know this. Okay, and then we've got fate. I try to remind myself to trust fate. This journey is so much bigger than just you and I. So, first of all, you guys were destined to meet. You were fated to connect in this lifetime. That does not guarantee that you're fated to stay together. Although for some of you, there certainly is a chance that you will be victorious in reconnecting with your person, but ultimately victorious and successful in just every aspect of your life, your love life, life in general. I don't feel you're sitting around just waiting for your person to get their act together. So if they want you, yes, they're going to have to get this stalemate energy gone, you know, just remove that element and create movement towards you, yes, but not coming from a place of codependency and taming the energy of obsession. Because sometimes when we're obsessed with somebody, it can, as time unfolds, turn into something that's really not a good vibe for a partnership as far as long-term commitment and seeing things go towards a healthier way of interacting with someone. And then we've got stuck in the past. I feel this for the masculines, okay? I can't get over all the things that have happened with us. And that's perhaps contributing also to why there's a stalemate here. We have blooming. Even beautiful things can bloom out of the darkness, because you guys have clearly had a very difficult situation going on here for some of you. And yes, it's possible for something beautiful to bloom out of this experience, which is perhaps why it is a blessing in disguise. So it's going to play out one of two ways, I feel, Aquarius, especially for my feminines tuning in. Either your masculine gets his act together and is able to come towards you as a better version of themselves, or you detach because they're just a mess and you know that they won't be able to offer you what it is that you're looking for, and you're able to build something beautiful with somebody else. Someone that you're meant to have a long-term happy life with. Okay, and let's grab a couple more here. We've got denial. All right, I still don't have the courage to face the truth. I kind of feel this for your person. In order to get things moving, they have to face the truth of what's really going on with them, their codependency issues, their obsessions. They have to deal with that. So maybe they have been in denial over their codependency issues, and the only way to face it is to face it head on in order to fix really what's broken with them, in order to ultimately address the issues between the two of you, so you guys can either work on this, bring it back together, or at least have closure for you to move forward and go in a different direction and find the love that you're looking for, Aquarius. All right, so a couple of scenarios and a couple of ways that this could work out for you. But at the end of the day, especially for my divine feminines, as long as you're doing this, loving yourself first and empowering yourself, you're going to be okay. You'll be able to stand on your own 2 feet. All right, guys, so that's what I've got for you this time around. Hopefully, whatever part of this reading you resonated with, it helped you out at this time. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.